Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys.
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Hey wife, did you know that Anchor is sponsoring our show?
Really? Don't we use Anchor to distribute our podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts?
Yeah, and we are on just about every other platform available as well, thanks to them.
Why do we use Anchor as our podcasting service?
Well, they make editing and distributing our show a breeze.
What if one of our listeners wants to start their own podcast?
Then they should head over to anchor.fm or download the app to get started.
Awesome! You guys should go do that right now! Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
I do not. We've done a lot today, so
We did.
It's been a busy day.
Memorial Day today. Okay, well, this guy named Jesse had all these kids, and Saul was like, one of them's gonna be king.
Nah, yeah.
And then it was Cinderella.
Oh, David.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And so then Saul was like, you're the one. And then after that, what's his name?
The harp
other guy,
to that other dude.
Samuel had a headache and sent for a harpist, because that's what you do.
Was it Samuel or Saul? I thought Saul's the one that sent for him.
No, Samuel.
Oh.
Samuel.
You sure about that?
Wait, let me just double check. I thought it was Samuel.
I thought it was Saul, because I was like, why is this former king,
No, you're right.
asking for this dude to come?
You're
That
right.
was really weird.
No, you're right. It was Samuel that said, show me your boys.
Right.
And then Saul was like, I have a headache.
And I thought it was just weird to happen, like, after he had been chosen a king, sort of?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but okay.
I don't either. So that's what's happening.
All right, and that was First Samuel
chapter 16.
And today we are doing
1 Samuel chapter 17.
All right, let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, 1 Samuel chapter 17, and I'm so excited because you know what this one's called?
I don't, actually.
It's called David Kills Goliath.
Oh, shit!
It's a story
It's the one.
know.
We know this one.
Yeah.
This is that we. Yeah.
That happens.
It's famous. Mm-hmm. This is a famous one.
Goliath is a giant.
They jump right into it. David got it, kinged, and then now he's going to kill a Goliath thing.
Yeah. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Because I know of this story,
right.
but gonna be honest, I don't really know the story.
Doesn't he kill him with like a slingshot or some bullshit?
Yeah. He
pokes his eye out or some bullshit.
He's like just a little guy standing up to the big guy, and
right.
it's supposed to be this parable
Sure.
You'll always win out. Good will always defeat evil and bullshit.
Yeah, I guess. Okay.
But if that was true, then abortion would not be overturned right now. So
that's not how the Christians see it.
Well, they can eat my ass.
Just saying.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
I'm ready.
The Philistines now mustered their army.
Why do you use
my
mustard?
hot dog. We're stupid.
Yes.
For battle. And
okay.
Camped between Soko in Judah and Azekah at Ephes Damim. Damim.
Okay.
Saul countered by gathering his Israelite troops near the valley of Elah. So he's not king, but he's still leading.
Right, that's really weird.
Like, if I was fired, I would not still be doing the job.
I don't quite understand what's...
He's been twice fired now.
Right, what's going on?
He's still
we need to
leading
kind of
army.
look up, like, what happened here. Like, chain of events here with David and Saul and everything.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of weird.
It's confusing. I don't totally get the timeline.
Right, I don't either.
Because of this...
One day he's playing harps, the next day... one day he's getting anointed king, the next day he's playing harps for a former king, and now the former king is going to war with the new king, but the former king's in charge. What?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, so Saul apparently is still a leader at this point.
I guess.
Okay. So the Philistines and Israelites faced each other on opposite hills with a valley between them.
Okay.
Kind of like the Cursed Mountain and Blessed Mountain.
Right,
With the valley between them.
Right, yep.
Yeah, that was fun. That's a fun callback. Then Goliath, a Philistine champion from Gath, came out of the Philistine ranks to face the forces of Israel. He was over 9 feet tall! Exclamation point.
Jesus.
9 feet tall.
Wow.
But isn't like Shaq like that tall or some shit?
He's like almost 8 feet tall.
So I mean, is he a giant or is he just
He's
like
just really fucking tall. Really fucking tall.
Horses used to be like really tall and then they were like really tiny or vice versa.
Sure.
I don't remember.
He obviously came from the giant line.
Well, obviously.
Or something.
Yeah. He wore a bronze helmet and his bronze coat of mail weighed 125 pounds.
Oh my God, who could lift 125 pounds? I could.
You could, because that is how much I weighed when we got married and you picked me up.
Yeah.
A couple times.
A couple times?
Yeah. You threw me on the counter. What?
Nothing.
I'm just saying. You picked me up.
Yeah.
It happened. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm not impressed.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
He also wore bronze leg armor, and he carried a bronze javelin on his shoulder. So there's still
lots of bronze.
Bronze. They're coming out of the Bronze Age,
but not quite out of it.
Yeah.
They still got a lot of bronze left over. They're like,
yeah.
well,
still,
we got some iron.
They're like, it still works.
Yeah. Like, why get rid of the bronze? You know, we still got it.
Hoarders.
Yeah.
I might be able to use this someday.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
The shaft of his spear. His shaft.
Jesus.
What? Oh my God.
You know what?
You married me.
I did.
You married a child. Was as heavy and thick as a weaver's beam. Tipped with an iron spearhead.
Why in the Bible?
That weighed 15 pounds. Why? I couldn't even pay attention because, I mean...
Oh my
God, I'm so sorry. Okay, so he's got a spear, right?
Yeah, the shaft. It's tipped.
I'm trying to... I was trying to grow up for a
15
minute.
15 fucking pounds, man.
Yeah.
Laying that right out there.
No, just the iron at the tip of the spearhead was 15 pounds.
It's a heavy tip.
He's got a good head. His armor bearer walked ahead of him. Yeah, he did. Carrying a shield.
At least 15 feet ahead.
Why was he carrying a shield? Stop! Get off! Don't. That doesn't go there.
Right? Yeah.
Goliath stood and shouted a taunt across to the Israelites.
Okay.
When I think of taunt, I think of nanny, nanny, boo, boo.
Well, yeah. That's what a taunt is.
Yeah. Why are y'all coming out to fight? He called. I'm the Philistine champion.
I'm pretty sure they did come out to fight. They're on the other hill. Mm-hmm. They're like, okay, we're fighting.
Yeah.
We're what?
Them's fighting words, and now we's gonna fight.
Right.
Okay. I'm the Philistine champion, but you are only the servants of Saul.
Yeah, only.
Only just. Choose one man to come down here and fight me.
Mm-hmm.
Just one man. If he kills me, then we will be your slaves.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Sounds like a good deal, actually.
Yeah, just knock the giant down and you're winners.
Yeah.
But if I kill him, you will be our slaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, because,
that's the way it works.
Whoever wins gets everybody.
One person determines the fate of everybody.
Winner takes all. I defy the armies of Israel today. Send me a man who will fight me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So Goliath is like,
I bet it's David.
It might be.
It's just my guess here.
I'm pretty sure it's David.
I bet he does not have a 15-pound tip, though.
Nor a long shaft.
Right.
What do you think of David's shaft?
I don't know. They haven't described David's shaft yet, just Goliath's. So,
I know. Are you impressed with Goliath's shaft?
No, it's bronze. He didn't use iron.
Oh my God. When Saul and the Israelites heard this, they were terrified and deeply shaken. Okay, if a 9-foot man was standing outside my house and like hollering at me,
especially with bronze armor,
yeah, I would be scared
terrified,
regardless of the length of his shaft.
Yeah. we have to apologize for this episode.
Do we though?
I don't know.
Do we
Whatever.
though? Haven't you guys come to expect this from us at this point? Yeah. And if you haven't, who are you? Now David was the son of a man named Jesse, an Ephrathite from Bethlehem in the land of Judah.
Okay.
Jesse was an old man at that time, and he had 8 sons, remember?
I remember, and David was the youngest, yeah.
He was Cinderella.
Yeah.
Jesse's 3 oldest sons, Eliab, Abinadab, and Shemaiah. I feel like we've talked about Abinadab before?
They mentioned them all in the last chapter.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, I feel like we've heard about him before last chapter, though.
I don't know.
Eliab,
I don't think so.
Abinadab, and Shemaiah had already joined Saul's army to fight the Philistines.
Yeah.
Okay, so the oldest three.
Right.
David was the youngest son.
Yep.
David's 3 oldest brothers stayed with Saul's army, but David went back and forth so he could help his father with the sheep in Bethlehem.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
He was apparently doing army duty and sheep duty.
And home duty.
Yeah, he was doing it all.
So he was like with the army for a few hours, then he'd go home and take care of the farm.
Right.
Because he's the youngest.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yep.
For 40 days, every morning and evening, the Philistine champion strutted in front of the Israelite army.
Wait, they did this for 40 fucking days?
40 days before he made his move? Seriously?
That's dumb.
That's over a month.
Right? Don't you just be like, dude, you guys aren't coming. I guess we're just going to go attack you.
Yeah.
So
we got a giant. We win.
Right, yeah.
Duh. One day, Jesse said to David, "Take this basket of roasted grain and these 10 loaves of bread and carry them quickly to your brothers and give these 10 cuts of cheese. You cut the cheese to their captain." I know, that one fell
That
flat.
was bad, yeah.
Whatever.
Yep.
"See how your brothers are getting along and bring back a report on how they're doing." David's brothers were with Saul and the Israelite army at the valley of Elah fighting against the Philistines. You know.
Oh, so they are fighting them, I guess.
I don't think they mean like physically fighting, just like they're there.
Okay.
They're there for the fight.
Okay.
So David left the sheep with another shepherd and set out early the next morning with the gifts, as Jesse had directed him.
Mm-hmm.
He arrived at the camp just as the Israelite army was leaving for the battlefield with shouts and battle cries. Oh, I was wrong.
See, they are fighting.
They're fighting. It wasn't 40 days of standing doing nothing.
Right, they fought.
It was 40 days of let's not mess with that guy and just go around him and just...
Right, but I mean, you'd still have to mess with him, though. Wouldn't he be, like, leading the charge if he's all badass and everything?
I would think so, but I think they're just like, let's take out this army first, and then...
Okay.
Soon, the Israelite and Philistine forces stood facing each other, army against army. David left his things with a keeper of supplies and hurried out to the ranks to greet his brothers. Hey, you guys! I know you're fighting! Hey, stop for a minute! I got bread for you!"
Right, yeah.
As he was talking with them...
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but if I was, like, in the middle of war and my sibling came up to me and was like, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? I would be like, I'm busy, fucker. Can you not see?
Yeah. You see that big dude over there? We got to fight them soon.
I'm trying to kill this person. Would you just?
Right.
As he was talking with them, Goliath, the Philistine champion from Gath, came out from the Philistine ranks.
Mm-hmm.
Then David heard him shout his usual taunt to the army of Israel. Oh, so this guy was like yelling for 40 days while they were fighting. And the Israelites were like, I'm not trying to hear that.
Right.
As soon as the Israelite army saw him, they began to run away in fright.
Oh, so like they literally would taunt them and then they'd run away.
Yeah.
That's really dumb.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Israelites would be like, come on, let's go fight the Philistines for a minute. And they would fight for a little bit. And then the Goliath
dude
would come out and be like, nya, nya, boo-boo, stick your head in doo-doo.
And they're like, fuck me, let's get out of here.
Yeah. And so then they would run. Okay. I think
they haven't learned their lesson after 40 days.
No. But they've probably taken out quite a few Philistines. So.
Maybe.
I mean, I would hope they took out at least a few.
I guess.
Or else what the fuck are they even doing there?
I don't know.
Have you seen the giant? The men asked. He comes out each day to defy Israel. The king has offered a huge reward to anyone who kills him. He will give that man one of his daughters for a wife. Because, women are free to give away.
Yep.
And the man's entire family will be exempted from paying taxes.
Oh, that's a good deal.
Tax-free, just like churches.
Right, yeah.
Nice.
For how long exactly, though? Like, how many generations does that last?
Probably.
But does it last more than one generation or just one generation?
Probably him, his wife, and kids. And then I would assume that once his kids are grown up on their own, that it no longer applies. I mean, it's not for...
I don't know. Curses last for 10 generations, so,
That's true.
Just saying.
I would want to see the paperwork on this.
Yeah, definitely.
Read some fine
print. You're going to go fight a 9-foot giant with fucking bronze armor,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would say, too, though, that once he kills them, and we know he kills them because the header said so, that he definitely has some room to bargain.
Yeah. I also have to ask this, though. Like, let's say that, they send David out and David failed, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's stopping them from just continuing to fight?
Right?
There's nothing really...
Like, you giants said that now we're your slaves, but we say no, though.
Right, yeah.
Like
We're just going to keep fighting.
What, are we going to be like, okay?
Right?
Like, no, I don't
Same
think
thing with
so.
the Philistines. Like,
yeah.
I mean, why would they, if their giant lost, why would they be like, oh, we give up now?
Right, like, you killed our giant, womp womp, guess we'll be slaves now.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
I don't think that's how that works.
It's really dumb. But anyway.
Is there some kind of honor code?
I guess. I mean, I'm sure.
Sure. Who could know?
Whatever.
David asked the soldier standing nearby, what will a man get for killing this Philistine and ending his defiance of Israel? Who is this pagan Philistine anyway, that he is allowed to defy the armies of the living God?
Yeah.
Wait, he's just calling him pagan just because he's tall and he's standing over on the other side?
No, because they worship other gods that are not their god.
Have you seen it? Have you seen this tall guy do it?
Well, I mean,
he's just like, you tall son of a bitch.
The Philistines have conquered them on and off through the years, so they've lived under them. They know what their gods are, I'm sure.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, they don't know this guy personally. They don't know what his beliefs are.
No, but they're going to assume that he's just like the rest of the Philistines.
You pagan tall son of a bitch.
Right.
Okay. And these men gave David the same reply. They said, yes, that is the reward for killing him. What is?
They didn't say it, did they?
No.
Okay.
But when David's oldest brother Eliab heard David talking to the men, he was angry. What are you doing around here anyway? He demanded. What about those few sheep you're supposed to be taking care of?
Yeah.
I know about your pride and deceit. You just want to see the battle. Yeah, I lived all my life to fucking come be up front in the battle.
I don't think he's king yet. I think so. I think we've done a flashback here.
Yeah, I think
somehow,
you're right.
but I don't really understand. Right. I really don't understand where we're at.
No, I know. I'm not sure either.
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
It doesn't. What have I done now? David replied. I was only asking a fucking question. It doesn't say fucking, but it does say I was only asking a question.
Right.
He walked over to some others and asked them the same thing and received the same answer. He's like, God, stupid.
Right?
Oh, rude. Yeah. He's all rude. Then David's question was reported to King Saul, and the king sent for him. Don't worry about this Philistine, David told Saul. I'll go fight him. Don't be ridiculous, Saul replied. There's no fucking way you can fight this Philistine and possibly win. You're only a boy, and he's been a man of war since his youth.
I don't see any other fuckers stepping up.
Right?
So,
I mean, what happened?
At least I'm willing to go do it.
I'll try.
Yeah.
Shit, man. But David persisted. I've been taking care of my father's sheep and goats, he said. When a lion or a bear comes to steal a lamb from the flock, I go after it with a club, and I rescue the lamb from its mouth.
Ah.
If the animal turns on me, I catch it by the jaw and club it to death.
Damn.
I have done this to both lions and bears, and I'll fucking do it to this pagan Philistine, too, for he has defied the armies of the living God.
Right, yeah.
The Lord who rescued me from the claws of the lion and the bear will surely rescue me from this son of a bitch Philistine. I think y'all know the words I'm adding of my own at
all
this
the
point.
cuss words.
Yeah. But I mean, it's the tone.
Trying to make sure, yeah.
It's the tone, it fits.
Right.
Yeah. I'm making it more fun.
Definitely.
Saul finally consented. All right, go ahead, dum-dum, he said. He didn't call him a dum-dum.
I know.
And may the Lord be with you. May the force be with you.
Right.
Then Saul gave David his own armor. Oh, that's nice of him.
Yeah.
A bronze helmet and a coat of mail.
Do you think it fit well?
Did he give him a shaft? Yeah. David put it on, strapped the sword over it, and took a step or two to see what it was like, for he had never worn such things before.
Right.
I can't go in these, he protested to Saul. I'm not used to them. So David took them off again. He's like,
I don't need this shit.
This armor's too fucking heavy. Leave me alone. I don't have armor when I chase a bear. Damn, he's brave. I'll give him that.
Right.
And clearly strong.
Yep.
Is he arrogant, though?
Sounds like it.
Sounds like he's a little arrogant.
Yeah.
He picked up 5 smooth stones from a stream and put them into a shepherd's bag. Oh, yeah, that's right. Slingshot.
Right, yeah.
Then, armed only with his shepherd's staff. He's got a staff.
Yep, he sure does.
And sling. He started across the valley to fight the Philistine. Goliath walked out toward David with his shield bearer ahead of him, sneering in contempt at this ruddy-faced boy.
What exactly does a shield bearer do?
Boy holds his shield.
But how's that fair?
He bears his shield.
How is that fair? You get somebody to bear your shield for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you are standing behind it, and they're holding it. Think of like when you see like those tactical moves when SWAT teams in movies come, and you've got the one guys with like the things of armor or like the car doors. You know, there's the ones that are holding the car doors, and then there's the people with the guns and shit like that standing behind them.
Yeah.
Armor bearer.
Okay.
Am I a dog? He roared at David. Well, it says he roared. I had to make him roar.
Oh, okay. Got it.
He roared at David, am I a dog that you come at me with a fucking stick? And he cursed David by the names of his gods.
His gods?
His gods.
Wait, what gods?
The giant
his gods.
was like, I have all these gods, and I am using their names to curse you, you stupid little boy.
Why would you curse somebody else with the names of your gods? That's weird.
Like when we say, God damn you to hell, we have just used our gods to curse somebody.
All right.
That's basically what he's saying, like, by this pagan god and that pagan god, I'm gonna fucking knock your deck off, like that.
Got it.
Come over here and I'll give your flesh to the birds and wild animals, Goliath yelled.
Yeah.
David replied to the Philistine, you come to me with spear, sword, and javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of heaven's armies, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. Today the Lord will conquer you, and I will kill you and cut off your fucking head. And then I'll shit on it. Just kidding. And then I will give the dead bodies of your men to the birds and wild animals, and the whole world will know that there is a God in Israel.
Yeah.
And everyone assembled here will know that the Lord rescues his people, but not with sword and spear.
How many times have the Philistines have to learn that there's a God in Israel?
Just as often as the Israelites have to learn that their God is a fickle son of a bitch.
Right.
This is the Lord's battle, and he will give you to us, continued David.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
As Goliath moved closer to attack, David quickly ran out to meet him. I mean, he's talking.
Brave.
He's talking a big game, though.
Yep.
All he's going to do is throw rocks at him. I guess you got to prepare for everything, right?
Right.
Somebody's going to throw rocks at me, maybe.
Yeah.
Reaching into his shepherd's bag and taking out a stone, he hurled it with his sling and hit the Philistine in the forehead. The stone stank in.
Stank in?
It stank. It sank in to his head, and Goliath stumbled and fell face down on the ground.
Damn.
Just one shot?
Wow.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's all it took?
I guess.
So David triumphed over the Philistine with only a sling and a stone, for he had no sword.
Oh my God.
That's it?
That's all it took?
Wow.
One fucking shot from a sling.
One shot. Because it sunk into his head.
That's bullshit.
That is bullshit. Because you could throw rocks at somebody and they still get up. Then David ran over and pulled Goliath's sword from its sheath. You know that heavy-ass thing?
Yeah.
David used it to kill him and cut off his head.
Damn.
And then he shit down his throat. Israel routs... we're doing another section now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just that it wasn't...
Didn't break it up well.
It didn't break it up.
Got it.
I hate this thing.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not easy.
Right.
Okay, the next section, all of a sudden, is called Israel Routs the Philistines.
Well, shouldn't they have just, automatically won because they beat Goliath?
Yes.
Okay. But that's not how it works.
Again.
Because, what we said earlier.
Yeah. Because would you just be like, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds fair.
Right.
I'll just be your slave now.
Yeah.
Cool. When the Philistines saw that their champion was dead, they turned and ran. Oh, shit.
Okay.
Oh, they didn't keep fighting.
So, yeah.
Okay.
No, they were like, bye.
We gone. Then the men of Israel and Judah gave a great shout of triumph and rushed after the Philistines, chasing them as far as Gath and the gates of Ekron. I would be hanging in the back just doing a light jog.
Right.
And I would be like, I'm just picking up the stuff everybody dropped. I'm helping. The bodies of the dead and wounded Philistines were strewn all along the road from Sharim as far as Gath and Ekron.
They killed them. They killed them all.
They killed them good. They killed them hard.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Israelite army returned and plundered the deserted Philistine camp. Yeah, they did. David took the Philistine... Oh, sorry. This is parentheses voice.
Got it.
David took the Philistine's head to Jerusalem, but he stored the man's armor in his own tent.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, what did he do with his head?
Probably put it on a spike to ward off any other Philistines from attacking.
You got any more giants? We can throw rocks at these guys.
Right.
As Saul watched David go out to fight the Philistine, he asked Abner, the commander of his army, Abner, whose son is this young man? Abner declared. Actually, what he said was, I really don't know, but kind of sums that up.
Sure.
Well, find out who he is, the king told him. Yeah, so Saul's still king at this point.
Yeah, I don't get it.
No,
it's
I don't
weird,
either.
Right?
It's back and forth and back and forth
and
back and forth.
There's definitely some time warp shit going on.
Let's do the time warp in the Bible again. Okay, so find out who he is, the king told him. As soon as David returned from killing Goliath, Abner brought him to Saul with the Philistine's head still in his hand. Tell me about your father, young whippersnapper.
And apparently this is before he played harp for him, too.
Could be.
Because otherwise he would know who he is.
Yeah. He'd be like, wait, aren't you my fucking harp player guy?
Right.
For my headaches?
Yeah, so we keep going backwards in time instead of forward in time.
Yeah, this is weird.
Yeah.
Hey, tell me about your father, young man, Saul said. And David replied, his name is Jesse, and we live in Bethlehem. The end.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
It happened so fast that it took you a full second before you're like, wait, you just said the end.
Well, I mean, like, that was abrupt. I keep expecting to, like, learn why we keep going backwards in time as opposed to forward in time.
He just killed a giant.
Yeah, but, like...
Calm yourself.
Okay. He just won a battle for Saul, though. So, why... And they plundered. Is this the plundering that happened when they got pissed because they took stuff that they shouldn't have?
I don't know.
And if so, was David partaking in that taking things that they shouldn't?
I don't know.
Okay.
Sure.
I don't understand.
I don't
know what that's all about.
It's all back and forth and wishy-washy.
It really is. I hope this becomes clear because I'm really confused right now.
Timey-wimey.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was 1 Samuel chapter 17. Wow, that was a burp.
No, that was a hiccup.
That was something.
That was a hiccupy burp.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was 1 Samuel chapter 17.
Tomorrow,
we will be doing 1 Samuel chapter 18.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep. We have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.